Welcome to our college briefing show, a delightful concoction of news that's as varied as the courses in a college cafeteria. Today, we're diving into a buffet of stories that have more flavors than a gourmet meal, so let's dig in. First up, we're taking a trip to West Virginia University, where the students aren't just hitting the books, they're hitting the pavement too. In response to the university's decision to cut down its world language department, and not sparing English, math, and music programs either, due to a $45 million budget shortfall, students have turned activists. These aren't your typical college protests over cafeteria food, this is a battle for the soul of education. Spearheaded by the West Virginia United Students Union, these students are proving that when it comes to defending the value of a comprehensive education, they're not just talk. Through protests, petitions, and a dash of determination, they've managed to save a few teaching positions, showing us all that the pen, and the protest sign, might just be mightier than the budget cut. Switching gears, let's talk about the intriguing world of economics with a sprinkle of history. Remember Henry George? Probably not, because his ideas on land taxation got buried under the heavy tomes of neoclassical economics. But here's the twist, his thoughts on taxing land and natural resources, while supporting free trade, are making a comeback. It seems like George's ideas might just have the secret sauce to balancing economic efficiency, social justice, and liberty. So, next time you're debating whether to buy that economics textbook or just grab a coffee, maybe give George a chance to change your mind. Last but not least, let's globetrot over to the fascinating craft of globe making with Peter Bellerby, a man who's proving that in a world obsessed with digital maps, there's still room for the classic globe. His creations, which can cost up to a whopping $150,000, are not just about showing you where you are in the world, they're about connecting you to it on a deeper level. Despite the skeptics, Bellerby's globes are a reminder that sometimes, the old ways can still spin circles around modern technology, especially when it comes to craftsmanship and the art of storytelling. So, there you have it, folks, a whirlwind tour of student activism, economic nostalgia, and artisanal globes. It's a big world out there, and whether you're fighting for your right to learn, rediscovering forgotten economic theories, or crafting globes that cost more than a small island, there's always a story to tell. Please stay tuned for more detailed content on these fascinating journeys. In the heart of West Virginia, a battle rages on at West Virginia University, WVU, that has captured the attention of the Associated Press. The university's decision to slash its world language department, alongside cuts to English, math, and music programs due to a $45 million budget shortfall, has sparked a firestorm of student activism. This move, deemed draconian and catastrophic by the American Federation of Teachers, has not gone unchallenged. Enter the scene, the West Virginia United Students Union, co-founded by the spirited Christian Adams. This group, embodying a new era of student politics, has taken a stand against what they see as a failure of university leadership to uphold its mission as a land-grant institution. Amidst a state where a quarter of all children live in poverty and public schools struggle to offer robust language programs, the union's fight is far from over. Through protests, petitions, and sheer determination, they managed to save a handful of teaching positions, proving that student voices can indeed make a difference. Crossing over to the realm of economics, ABC sheds light on the curious case of Henry George, a once prominent economist whose ideas on land taxation have faded from mainstream economic models. George's push for better taxation of land and natural resources, intertwined with his support for free trade, found resistance from various quarters. The deliberate effort by some economists to blur the lines between land and capital, thereby sidelining George's critical distinction, has led to the dominance of neoclassical economics. This move not only marginalized George's theories but also sparked a debate on the relevance of revisiting past economic models. Despite the passage of time, George's ideas continue to offer a tantalizing solution to the problem of economics by aiming to balance economic efficiency, social justice, and liberty. Together, these stories from the Associated Press, ABC, and the Toronto Star weave a narrative of resistance, reflection, and resilience. From the spirited student activists at WVU fighting for their right to a comprehensive education, to the economic historians pondering the lost lessons of Henry George, and the artisans like Peter Bellerby keeping the flame of traditional globe-making alive, each story highlights the power of standing up for what one believes in, the importance of remembering the past, and the enduring appeal of connecting with our world in tangible ways. In a fascinating blend of global trust, miraculous survival, and collegiate sports dynamics, recent stories from Nikkei Asia, the Sydney Morning Herald, and Yahoo US weave a tapestry of human resilience, shifting allegiances, and international perceptions. From the geopolitical landscape of Southeast Asia, Nikkei Asia brings to light Japan's unique position in the hearts and minds of ASEAN opinion leaders. Despite witnessing a rapid decline in its regional presence, from being ASEAN's largest trading partner in 1990 to holding just 7% of the bloc's total trade in 2022, Japan has managed to maintain its status as the most trusted major power. This trust is deeply rooted in Japan's respectful, considerate, low-key style of approach and its commitment to co-creating future relations, especially highlighted during the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations with ASEAN in December. It's a testament to the power of diplomacy and mutual respect in shaping international relationships, even amidst shifting economic tides. Meanwhile, in a narrative that could rival any science fiction thriller, the Sydney Morning Herald recounts the harrowing experience of Troy Michael, a Melbourne resident whose life hung in the balance due to a rare infection. After returning from Thailand with what appeared to be simple red dots on his shoulder, Michael's condition rapidly deteriorated. It was only through a Facebook post and the keen eye of a friend, who happens to be an epidemiologist, that he sought medical attention in time. Doctors diagnosed him with a rare strain of staph bacteria, which had formed abscesses in his shoulder, putting his life at grave risk. This story not only highlights the dangers of seemingly innocuous symptoms but also underscores the importance of social media as a tool for awareness and potentially life-saving advice. Shifting gears to the world of collegiate sports, Yahoo US reports on the significant decision of Evan Stinson, a 6'7" forward from Cheney, who flipped his commitment from WSU to Stanford. Initially committed to WSU, where he had the opportunity to shine as one of their 2024 commitments, Stinson's change of heart followed the move of Coach Smith to Stanford. This event underscores the profound impact that coaching changes can have on athletes' decisions, reflecting the deeply personal and career-defining choices young athletes face in the competitive landscape of collegiate sports. Each of these stories, from the diplomatic corridors of Southeast Asia to the emergency rooms of Melbourne and the basketball courts of American universities, illustrates the complex interplay of trust, survival, and loyalty in our globalized world. Whether it's the enduring faith in a nation's diplomatic approach, the life-saving intervention facilitated by social media, or the shifting allegiances in the realm of sports, these narratives remind us of the unpredictable and interconnected nature of our modern existence. In the heart of Andhra Pradesh, India, farmers are turning to an ancient yet innovative solution to combat the harsh impacts of extreme weather on their livelihoods. As reported by the Toronto Star, these resilient individuals are concocting a unique blend of cow urine, unrefined sugar, and various organic materials. This mixture, far from being a simple old wives' tale, serves a dual purpose as both a fertilizer and pesticide, while significantly enhancing the soil's water retention capabilities. The drive towards natural farming comes as a response to the devastating effects of cyclones and rising temperatures, which have wreaked havoc on the region's agricultural output. In light of these challenges, the Indian government has allocated over $8 million to promote natural farming practices, with a lofty goal of converting 25% of the country's farms to this method. Remarkably, over 700,000 farmers in Andhra Pradesh have already made the switch, buoyed by the state government's ambition to inspire all 6 million of its farmers to embrace natural farming by 2030. Despite the enthusiasm, hurdles such as the need for greater subsidies, the absence of national standards, and a shortage in the supply chains for natural products persist. Meanwhile, in a completely different arena, the Heartland Sports podcast has been buzzing with discussions about the Texas Longhorns' potential to dominate college football. Yahoo US highlights how Pete Mundo of Heartland College Sports believes that under the guidance of coach Steve Sarkisian, the Texas Longhorns have meticulously assembled the right components to emerge victorious on the national stage. Mundo confidently asserts that Texas is poised to challenge the likes of Georgia for supremacy in the SEC, signaling a promising era for the team and its supporters. In another development, this time focusing on urban planning and public safety, Clark County Springfield Transportation Coordinating Committee, TCC, is actively seeking public input through a survey aimed at identifying prime locations for the installation of single-lane roundabouts. As reported by Yahoo US, this initiative stems from a broader effort to enhance safety, mobility, and efficiency across the county's intersections. The TCC is committed to compiling a prioritized list of intersections that would benefit from the introduction of roundabouts, which have been recognized for their superior safety benefits compared to traditional intersections. The Ohio Department of Transportation supports this view, citing statistics that roundabouts can reduce overall crashes by 44% and significantly decrease serious injuries and fatalities by nearly 90% at two-way stop intersections. From the agricultural fields of India to the football fields of Texas, and the crossroads of Clark County, these stories highlight the innovative spirit and resilience of communities and individuals across the globe. Whether it's through adopting ancient farming techniques to withstand the vagaries of weather, strategizing to clinch national titles in college football, or reimagining urban intersections for greater safety, the underlying theme is clear: adaptation and collaboration are key to overcoming challenges and achieving success. In a heart-wrenching turn of events, the North Carolina State Wolfpack's dream run to the NCAA men's basketball tournament's Final Four came to a grinding halt, as reported by the Associated Press. Facing off against Purdue in the national semifinals, the Wolfpack found themselves in the midst of an offensive blackout, managing to shoot a dismal 28.6% in the second half. The team's struggle was compounded early on when point guard Michael O'Connell was sidelined due to a hamstring injury, throwing the team's rhythm into disarray. Despite the valiant efforts of DJ Horne, who was the lone Wolfpack player to hit double figures in scoring, the team fell short with a final score of 63-50. Yet, amidst the disappointment, there was a palpable sense of pride and gratitude for the journey that had brought them so far. In another touching story, the Associated Press shared the life and legacy of the Reverend Dr. Cecil L. "Chip" Murray, an influential pastor and civil rights leader whose impact on Los Angeles will be felt for generations to come. At the age of 94, Murray passed away, leaving behind a legacy of upliftment and change. During his tenure at one of Los Angeles's oldest churches, he dedicated his life to improving the lives of the predominantly black neighborhoods of South Los Angeles, especially in the aftermath of one of the country's most devastating race riots. Murray's dedication to social justice and community empowerment made him a beacon of hope and a pillar of strength for many. On a different note, The Telegraph brought to light a groundbreaking development in the fight against urinary tract infections, UTIs, a non-antibiotic vaccine that could potentially prevent recurring infections for up to 9 years. The UK clinical trial, which was presented at the European Association of Urology Congress, involved 89 participants. Remarkably, 48% of these participants remained infection-free, with the average infection-free period lasting 54.7 months. UTIs, particularly dangerous for older individuals, can lead to severe complications such as irregular heartbeat, hypertension, and even death. The current reliance on antibiotics for treatment has led to a rise in antibiotic-resistant infections, making this vaccine, developed by Spanish firm Immunotech, a potential game-changer. Awaiting approval by the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency, this vaccine could herald a new era in UTI prevention and treatment. These stories, ranging from the disappointment of a college basketball team to the enduring legacy of a civil rights leader, and the hope brought forth by medical innovation, highlight the diverse tapestry of human experience. Each narrative, in its own way, underscores the resilience, dedication, and ingenuity that define the human spirit. In a poignant moment of reflection, the state of Maine bids farewell to one of its most distinguished sons, Joseph Brennan, who passed away at the ripe age of 89. As reported by Yahoo US, Brennan's legacy as the 70th governor of Maine, from 1979 to 1987, remains etched in the hearts of Mainers and the annals of the state's history. Born and raised in Portland, Brennan's career was a testament to public service, spanning roles as Cumberland County District Attorney, Maine Attorney General, and positions in both chambers of the state legislature, culminating in his election to the U.S. House of Representatives. His dedication to justice and democracy was lauded by fellow Maine Democrat and former U.S. Senator George Mitchell, who remembered him as a superb leader and lawyer who championed a fair justice system. Switching gears to the world of sports, Yahoo US brought to light an extraordinary moment in women's college basketball history. The Final Four showdown between Iowa and UConn in the NCAA women's basketball tournament shattered records, drawing an astounding 14.2 million viewers on ESPN. This historic game not only became the most-watched women's college basketball game ever but also outstripped the viewership of every NBA Finals and MLB World Series game from the previous year. With such an impressive audience, the game's popularity even rivaled that of college football, being bested by only 5 games in 2023. The anticipation surrounding the championship game between Iowa and South Carolina suggests that women's basketball is captivating audiences like never before, marking a new era of recognition and appreciation for the sport. Meanwhile, in the realm of college football, Deion Sanders, the head football coach at Colorado, found himself addressing concerns of a different nature. As reported by Yahoo US, Sanders publicly reprimanded his players for their lack of respect and discipline in the classroom. This criticism came after a professor reported disrespectful behavior by the football players. Sanders, known for his straightforward and passionate approach, emphasized the importance of being well-rounded individuals, not just exceptional athletes. He reminded his team that their talents on the field should be matched by their conduct off the field, underscoring the value of respect, discipline, and personal development. These stories, from the realms of politics, sports, and education, highlight the multifaceted nature of leadership and legacy. Whether it's Joseph Brennan's enduring impact on Maine's political landscape, the record-breaking viewership of a women's basketball game, or Deion Sanders' commitment to molding disciplined and respectful individuals, each narrative underscores the importance of excellence, integrity, and respect in shaping our society. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.